move straight forward, and now we're gonna talk about coral. You know, we were talking about the fact that Jay always starts his trips looking for turquoise, looking for opal. Well, it used to be that we did a huge business in coral as well. And you're saying, well, why did you used to do a great business in coral, but you don't anymore? We would love to, but we simply can't. There are so many restrictions, more restrictions on coral than probably anything else we offer you. This is deep, rich, intense orange with a lighter orange coral. This was appraised $235, lowest appraised price. We did it at $149, where we sold 1,800 of these when we launched this. But today, it's $84.90 and it's on FlexPay for under $17. Now, all of our J King is on 5 flexible payments, 6 if you're using the HSN charge card. And by the way, if you don't have that HSN charge card, you can call, you can get instantly approved, and you could save $10 off any one item you choose. So this could become $74. But Jay, just in terms of sheer volume of coral, just like we talked about with my turquoise necklace, the volume, the amount of coral you're using here is amazing.
You know, and so just everybody, you know, just to give you a little reality on this, you're looking at on coral, and of course, you know, the coral doesn't come in uniform pieces and everything, so you can't, you don't, on anything, you know, you can't use 100% of your material. But on this, you're looking at starting out with approximately probably 4, maybe even 5 pounds of raw material. To cut, especially these big, large freeforms like this, these freeform beads, which constitute the majority of the look on this coral necklace. You know, anytime you cut, just so everybody has a reality on this, you lose 70%. 70% of your material is wasted on the first initial cuts. And when I say wasted, I mean it's gone. It's turned to dust, right? You know, you wouldn't think it was that much. It took me a lot of years to learn that because, you know, you just couldn't imagine that your waste factor was that big. And that's on the first cut. After that, you know, you're lucky if you get a 20% yield out of the original rough you started with. If you get 20%, that is considered like, that's almost like perfection. On most of these types of materials, you're maybe getting 5 or 10% yield. So, you know, you literally lose, minimum 70% just on your first cut, but you could lose up to 95% of your total rough material. And that is the coral rough that you're actually looking for. Actually, that is the coral rough that this was cut from. So, in that case. And this material, is getting really hard to get. It's harder and harder and harder to find, and especially to find anything that has the, you know, the colored corals like this.
Well, and again, so heavily regulated, and
you know, there's 5 different permits that are required to work coral.
There's not another gemstone like that, right?
Well, it's corals is covered under the CITES program.
Because it's organic?
So, yeah, for the Endangered Species Act. So the thing with the CITES program is that different corals have to have different certificates. Basically what you have to do is you have to be able to prove that A, it's not endangered, what it is, and also that it was legally harvested. I've said this over and over again. I mean, you know, Connie and I, we go way back on this. I mean, Connie and I, we used to do every color of coral under the rainbow.
Gold.
Black, red, gold, yellow, blue. At the time, they were legal, and you could get those because it was where we could prove the harvest.
Right.
Now they don't allow you to harvest any of that, so there's no way to get permits on it. And so basically, which is good. I mean, they're anything that they considered endangered or anything they protect. All of this material, in most cases that you see with us in the coral material, was harvested in the 70s, 80s. Nothing that I'm aware of is new harvest. I don't have anything that I've seen anyway that's a new harvest. Everything is old material that has just gone through the process.
Okay, I've got to tell you though, my producer just let me know if you want this. I only have 200 people who can get it. So this, if you're looking for coral and you want something substantial, we try to do as much coral as we can, but usually it's much smaller. If you are looking for big and bold, you know, and it's so funny, you see in the style magazines every season, especially in the summertime, they'll have these tropical locations with ladies who look like they're dripping in coral. And then you flip to the back of the page
and see what
and it's either a one of a kind that is thousands of dollars, or it's fake coral. It's something that's dyed that color, and it's some big designer name, so it's still hundreds of dollars, even though it's not real coral. This is genuine coral, and you're getting a treasure, because there will be a day when we won't be able to do any coral anymore. $16.98 on your charge card to be able to bring it home. Reminding you too that it adjusts from 18 down to 20 3/4, anywhere in between. And what's the official update, Mr. Jared? Okay, we have 180, but that doesn't take into account everybody who's on board. So if you love this coral necklace,
especially at this value, I mean, this is really insane. You know, this is one of those prices. Like I said, for the amount of material it takes, you could never repeat on this. I could bring it back if you know, with the material, if I've got the material, but I couldn't bring it back.